Hey, everybody. Welcome to the St. Pete Soul podcast. I'm super excited to be here today. My featured guest is the Greenhouse, and I'm really excited to share this really special program in our city. So, the Greenhouse is a collaboration between the City of St. Pete and the St. Pete Chamber. So they are a very unique public-private partnership, and they work together to provide really amazing programs and services and resources for our business owners. As you guys know, St. Pete is such an amazing city to support our local entrepreneurs, and that's exactly what Greenhouse does. So I have Ronelle Montgomery and Tracy Smith with me here today. Hey, ladies, thank you so much for joining me.
Hi.
Hi, Brittany. Thanks so much for having us. We're thrilled to be here.
Yeah. So I would love just to give a little context. If you guys could share a little bit about your personal stories of kind of how you got to the greenhouse, I think that would give us a good starting point.
I'll let Tracy go first.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. So my story is a long one but I will make it short because I've been with the city for quite a while. So my journey actually goes back to 2006. So I've been with the city for a while, and I actually started with the city in the police department. And back in 2006, I joined the economic development department and working on an initiative called Midtown Economic Development, and it was supporting businesses in South St. Petersburg for redevelopment. And at that time, it was the city's Business Assistance Center. It was the Business Assistance Center, and it was providing business support to small businesses. And several years ago, the Business Assistance Center formed a collaboration with the St. Pete Chamber, and the Greenhouse was born. And so that was several years ago. And so I've been with the Greenhouse since that time, still supporting small businesses and entrepreneurship. So as you mentioned, the Greenhouse is a collaboration with the city and the chamber. I'm on the city side, and I am the city's small business liaison, and also serve as the co-manager representing the city of St. Pete.
Okay, awesome.
So my entry into the greenhouse was actually through the Small Business Assistance Center many, many years ago, where I actually took a workshop when I was considering becoming an entrepreneur myself. And I would probably say I got more connected when I became involved with the St. Pete Chamber as a volunteer with the previous organization that I worked for. And as a part of that, just working with the greenhouse, I was on the chamber's board of directors or board of governors, and was vice chair of diversity, equity, and inclusion, and worked a lot with just conversations on how to create that equitable, economic system as well for businesses back then. And so when I left my previous position, a position became open at the chamber. And so I actually started off as a coordinator for our president and CEO. And about 2 years ago, an opportunity came about to transition over to the greenhouse. So that is how I'm in this position. And so on the chamber side, I'm vice president of economic inclusion and business growth. And as Tracy said, co-manager with her here at the greenhouse.
Yeah. Well, Ronelle, I was introduced to you first because of my involvement with the chamber with the St. Pete Young Professionals. So it's cool to see like everyone's journey throughout. And, I love the chamber since I've been involved with it. It's just such an amazing organization to help our city thrive. And I love the fact that we have such a proactive city that cares, where the administration is collaborating back with the chamber and kind of putting resources and money and energy back into the city that we love so much. Yeah, so I love to ask this question. So I'll ask both of you, why do you love St. Pete so much? What is special to you about St. Pete?
So my love of St. Pete was not initially the case. I was born and raised in California, and I've been here for about 30 years. So it was a little bit, different vibe, different space. But I think I will tell people that I don't see myself living anywhere else. So even though I do get to go visit home, this is actually, my home because we are so resource rich, and the connections that people make and can make here are everlasting. And once you come into the community in this city, you want to become involved. And people are waiting with open arms for people to become involved. And so I think that is what it's just kind of the basis of why I love living in St. Pete, and just think it's just so special, the way that the community is.
Yeah. Tracy, what are your
And I echo that. I'm not from St. Pete either, and I think that is what I find to be so special and unique about St. Pete is that feeling of community and that energy that comes from the community. And within that energy, just finding that there's always something to be involved with, always something to engage with, and people wanting to welcome you into the community. And there are so many people here from so many different places. That's what helps to make it exciting, and it's ever changing and ever evolving. And so that's what I love about St. Pete.
Yeah, I'm from Alabama originally as well. So yeah, it's the melting pot of people. Plus, you do have people that are from here, and so we kind of all come together and
Yes,
made a super fun city.
yes.
So I would love to kind of dive into why do you think, the city of St. Pete and the St. Pete Chamber felt it was so important to create the greenhouse?
The start of the greenhouse is so important because it provided an opportunity to combine resources for the betterment of entrepreneurs. So it's an opportunity to eliminate replication of services and combine resources to move forward all that we can bring to support small businesses. So instead of the chamber providing services over here in the greenhouse, the Business Assistance Center over here providing services, which were often replicated, let's come together, combine resources, and grow what we're able to do for small businesses. And so in doing that, we've been able to expand our capacity building resources, expand our funding, expand our networking. And so everything that we've been able to do in support of small businesses has grown tenfold. And it's so exciting because it's like, what are we doing next? What are we doing next? By pulling our resources together. And it's been very exciting. And having the two teams work together, it's seamless. The energy of the two teams coming together, it's just so exciting. And we just love the collaboration.
And I was just going to add, I think too, especially from the Chamber's point of view, being a membership driven organization, the opportunity to help the business community, the residents at large through our partnership with the greenhouse has been very beneficial as well, in being able to connect some of the business members or individuals who want to get involved in the community. That's an avenue for them as well. So as Tracy said, the team has been working really well together, and just understanding what the ecosystem is in the place and how both organizations work together to to be able to bring in people who are in startup phase, small business capacity building is very important. So that's what makes this collaboration so special.
And Brittany, from a business owner perspective, it's a win-win, especially if you're starting up and you're needing to expand and you're trying to understand, how do I navigate all those city departments? Understanding zoning, understanding permitting, how does all this work? You have the city team, or the economic development aspects of it, you have the city team behind you to support that. And then if you're wanting to know how to make the different connections within the business community, you have the chamber team to support you from that aspect. Mm-hmm. So you have the best of both worlds from a business owner's perspective, supporting that effort to start, grow, and thrive.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And I think what you said earlier about when we do come together and collaborate, then we're compounding all of those resources and ideas, and then you're able to provide a better experience for the the business owner, the customer, the client that's coming to you for help. So that's really cool to see that that's all coming together.
Exactly.
So what's the year that the greenhouse was started? Or
What I
how long?
want to say, we are entering into our 10 years.
Okay.
So we are in our 10-year mark here. Yes.
Awesome.
And in addition, Brittany, too, we can't forget, too, that all the different partners and networks that the chamber has, and then the partners and networks that the city has, that provides access for the business owner as well, which is very important, too, for a new business owner who's starting up and trying to find their way. That provides access for that business owner as well. So that's having those connections, which is one of our objectives, is critical for that business owner.
Yeah, absolutely. So talk about what can a business owner expect when they start the process with you guys. Kind of walk through that journey a little bit.
Well, enthusiastic, an enthusiastic staff who really wants to help them succeed. And I think a part of that is we have a navigation program. Our navigation is really key and foundational to what we do and is unique. And so, as a part of that navigation, is the intake. So our navigators or staff, we're all navigators, will meet with those individuals to talk to them about what they're seeking. So it could be somebody who is thinking about starting a business but not sure. We, walk them through that conversation. And then as we determine what their needs are, we, as Tracy was saying, is we'll connect them to one of our partner agencies to do a little deeper dive, but we always stay connected. So, it's that follow up and just checking to make sure that there are no other, or if there are additional questions, or find out where they are in their journey. And as Tracy mentioned, in terms of permitting and licensing, it could be that it's a brick and mortar. So, they could come into us in any capacity. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a startup. But they could be having a conversation because they started with us a while ago, and they have a brick and mortar and they want to create something else, or they are adding on. Then we can go to the city side. We'll be able to connect them. And I think that's the benefit of the partnership as well, is that coming through and utilizing our programs and services, we do have access to, as I mentioned, licensing and permitting that other agencies would not, necessarily have. So I don't know if you want to add.
No, you've hit it all exactly. So it's very unique because each client that comes through has develops that one-on-one relationship with the navigator. So that becomes their own liaison, their go-to person. And so as they're starting and growing their business, at any point they have that person that they can reach out to. So if they get stuck through the permitting process, or they have a question or a challenge with that, they can reach out. Or when they're ready for their grand opening, they can reach out for that, or they're ready to relocate, or if they're ready to hire. We, on the city side, our team members are part of the larger city's economic and workforce development department. So we have team members that work on workforce, so they can reach out for help in that area. So there's always going to be someone who can connect them to someone who can assist them with any stage of their business development. And also through the business mentoring services and the workshops, that's an area that we're able to support them as well.
And I would also add, and I was just thinking about, we also have an on-demand library. So as we're having the conversations with, our clients, is what do they need? So there are opportunities to utilize our on-demand library, which are previously recorded webinars or workshops. And so they can watch them at any time. So we always want to make sure that we can provide them resources in different capacities, just understanding that some people are still working 9 to 5s. So it may not be beneficial, accessible to come here during the day. So we have our classes in the evening, and we also have webinars and other activities happening at different times. And we've started our pop-ups, in the community. So we try to provide different avenues to reach the clients once they start engaging.
Oh, that's cool. Well, it's cool to hear that you're, making it available for people who like you said, they have a 9 to 5. Maybe this is a side hustle, a passion that they're trying to make their
Mhm.
full-time thing. So you're not leaving those people out, in the dark, because, that definitely happens where there's resources and classes and things that someone wants to partake in, but it's during their regular work hours. So that's really cool that you provide that aspect, that benefit for them. That's very cool.
Absolutely. We learned during COVID, like everyone else. Prior to COVID, Brittany, we were offering one webinar a year. We had to do like everybody else and pivot.
Oh yeah.
During COVID, we started to offer webinars, and then now we are offering hybrid. This is our training room right here, and we offer our workshops in a hybrid format. So people can come in to our training room here and sit down and engage, or they can log in from home using this technology right here and join virtually, and they can ask their questions right over our technology directly to the presenter and engage that way. So we have hybrid technology for our presentations. And we're very proud of that because we want to meet people where they are. We know that most people are starting their businesses while they're still working their 9 to 5. So our philosophy is, meeting people where they are. And because of our as Renelle mentioned, our recording of webinars, we have well over 50, close to 60 now webinars in our on-demand library, and those are all accessible at no cost.
Wow, that's so cool. I love that, meeting people where they are. That's awesome. What type of business owner, or I should say, what stage of the business owner are you typically finding people coming to? Is it more as they're just getting going, or is it a balance between people that are kind of coming back? Maybe they're reinventing themselves after 10 years in business or something like that.
I'm sure I'll take that one. We love our startups. So we do really engage with a lot of startups, people who are exploring entrepreneurship. They have an idea. Is this something that's viable? Is entrepreneurship either something for me? So we do engage with a lot of startups, but we also work with existing businesses as well. We are now, prior to this year, previously, the greenhouse was the home of to the Small Business Enterprise Program. But now that the city has an Office of Supplier Diversity, that program has moved over to that office. However, we still are engaged with that program because we are the greenhouse is now providing support to the Office of Supplier Diversity by providing capacity building and also outreach. So we still will be engaged with existing businesses who are pursuing procurement opportunities with the City of St. Pete. Mm-hmm. And we are supporting them through capacity building. So an existing business may want to do business with the city, but are they prepared to do business with the city? Mm-hmm. Do they understand how to estimate and bid? Do they understand how to price their product appropriately for that? Do they understand bonding? And so we have workshops, we have mentoring support at the greenhouse to help prepare businesses to do business with the city. Another name of a workshop, how to do business with the city. So we have the capacity building to support existing businesses with doing business with the city. And then also we engage with existing businesses who are ready to transition. Maybe they want to sell their business, maybe they want to close their business. So really, any stage of business development, we are prepared to support business owners along that entrepreneurial journey.
And I will say, in addition to that, all types of businesses. So it's not necessarily brick and mortar businesses or, entrepreneurs in any particular category. It kind of runs the gamut. So even for, tech people in the tech space, it's a business. So you have to learn the foundations of business in terms of operation. The same goes for nonprofits. So we have a nonprofit connect program because understanding that it's a tax status, not a business model. So what does that look like in terms of strategic planning? So we are not just, focused on just, as Tracy said, like startups or people in any particular area. It just kind of runs the gamut, and we kind of cover those foundations and capacity building for all different stages and industries.
Yeah, I just think it's what you guys do is so wonderful, and it's so needed. And again, it just speaks to what a cool, amazing city that we live in, that our chamber and our city administrations coming together and providing this service to our business owners, because that's why I created this podcast. That's why people move here. It's because they love what St. Pete has to offer, and it's because of our small business community. So I just think it's really, really special. Yeah.
We do too.
We agree.
Yeah. So I would like to dive in a little bit more around the mentorship aspect of what you do, because I think that that's, as business owners, we often get in our own way. And so mentorship is where you can kind of have that hand up to get you to move forward. So I'd love for you to share a little bit about what someone can expect on the mentorship side.
Absolutely. So we are so proud of our mentoring program here at the Greenhouse. We partner with two organizations right here at the Greenhouse. One is the Small Business Development Center, Pinellas County Economic Development Small Business Development Center, SBDC for short. And the other is SCORE, Pinellas County SCORE. And so both of these organizations are national organizations. We're just so fortunate that we have local representation right here in Pinellas County. And we are even more fortunate because both of them are housed, have representatives right here at the Greenhouse. And so that's how we look at the Greenhouse. It's your one-stop shop for small business owners. They don't have to go all over Pinellas County. They can come right here and connect in with both of these amazing organizations for mentoring. And so Renelle mentioned earlier business navigation. So that's the first step. When a business owner engages here with us at the Greenhouse, they meet with a navigator. Navigator learns more about the business and begins to assess what those needs are, and then makes the determination and really encourages, if that's the next best step for the business owner, to meet with a mentor. And during the mentoring sessions, business owners have an opportunity to really share what their business needs are with the mentor, what the business goals are with the mentor. The mentors are certified, they're professionally trained, they know how to conduct business assessments, really get down to the nuts and bolts of what is needed in that business, because sometimes well, not just a business owner, anybody, sometimes you don't know what you don't know,
Yeah.
or you don't know what you need. And the business mentors are so good at really getting down to the basics of what a business owner needs and helping them to kind of flesh out what those needs are, and just taking it step by step with that business owner, giving them assignments and tasks to work on in between sessions. The business mentoring sessions are no cost. I like to say it's your taxpayer money at work. No cost does not mean no value. These are high value. As I mentioned, the mentors are certified and trained. People pay a lot of money for business coaches, and you get that same high value and quality and care from our business mentors here at the Greenhouse. And it's really up to the business owner to commit. It's the time and the commitment to work on the business with the mentor. And they just continue that process, working on what are the needs of the business, getting down to, are the financials, do I need to work on that? Is it marketing? Is it the business plan? And then just continuing to flesh out what the needs are and continuing through those steps to help the business to grow.
What do you think would be like some of the most common obstacles and challenges that your business owners face when they come to you?
Well, I think just understanding even the startup, because there's a lot of information and conversations, and a lot of people are starting up businesses now, and there's a lot of misinformation on what steps should be the first step. So I think that is kind of, sometimes we have to say, okay, let's go in reverse and start from the beginning, and then we'll work forward towards the goal. So I think that's one of the conversations we have. And then it's access to capital. Is how do they fund the businesses, and what is actually I would probably say the best form of capital raising or access to capital? Is it grants? Are they a nonprofit? So having those conversations as well, and understanding that, it's that, especially in the startup phase, it could be kind of the investment in your business and how that what that looks like. And I think that's kind of some of the conversations that we have with them, that when they're coming in, it's okay.
Yeah.
We'll take it from scratch, and we listen, and we kind of, just kind of let us be your buddy in this journey, and let us help guide you in the right direction.
Yeah. One step at a time, and we'll get
Exactly. Exactly.
Awesome. So, I'd love to ask, what's your favorite thing about being a part of the greenhouse?
What I love most about being a part of the greenhouse is I love working directly with businesses, and I wish I had more time to do that. My roles and responsibilities changed over the last year, so I'm still learning that I need to how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But my heart, what I really love is working most directly with businesses and helping them to troubleshoot and solving problems with them, and really seeing them, achieve their business goals, and celebrating those successes with them. So that's what I love most about my work at the greenhouse.
And I would co-sign on a lot of that as well. It's just the opportunity to help people live out their dream. In terms of business ownership, or just being able to create maybe generational wealth for their family. But it's also, we have our entrepreneurial academy, and that is a cohort program, and it is awesome to see the connections that are being built. And I think that's one of the parts that I like, is being able to see how they collaborate. So it's an opportunity to be with somebody and learn what their business pain points are and help them. And we had a ribbon cutting for one of our graduates on Friday, and it was neat to see. So that's what kind of warmed my heart when I saw his fellow classmates there to come out and support. So that was that. I think that's what it is being able to be a problem solver,
Yes.
troubleshooting, but also seeing people make connections and collaborating for their greater economic development, generational wealth type of, system in the city.
I agree with that, Brittany. Another program that we have here at the greenhouse that we just graduated our first class from is the South St. Petersburg CRA Microfund Program. And that was a big deal. I've spent a lot of time working on that, and we just graduated the first class of 53 business owners in the South St. Petersburg CRA, receiving a total of $440,000 of funding in the South St. Pete CRA.
That's amazing.
And as a matter of fact, just this morning, just today, there was a story on TV that ran on one of the business owners, and how he and his brother had already, it's a barbershop, they had already started to use their funding. And it wasn't just about how they spent their money, but they were specifically talking about what they learned in the capacity building, because they had to complete capacity building learning workshops and working with mentoring to receive the funding. What they specifically learned in that journey, and how they applied that to how they spent their money. So it was just hearing them talk about, they learned this, so they spent their money on that. They learned this, so they spent their money on this. And they hired this person, you're my retirement plan. So the hiring, even down to the hiring and the marketing, and every purchase was directly tied to something that they learned in the program. It warmed my heart. So it's very similar to the rewards that Renelle just mentioned, in not only seeing a business funded, but the learning and the growth of the business that took place. It just, it's just so rewarding.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lasting impact.
Yes,
And
the impact.
what it sounds like your hope is that people that come through the greenhouse, remain connected. They're building, lasting relationships that they could continue to learn from, and evolve over time. This is not something where you just come in, you learn some stuff, you leave. This is a community that you're building together with the greenhouse.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love that. Super cool. Um, let's see. So it'd be cool to hear if there's any future, long-term goals, visions that you guys have for the greenhouse that you would be comfortable talking about.
Well, one of the, and I just mentioned it a little while ago, is the opportunity to provide access for capital. So that is definitely a bigger plan in the future, is being able to connect our, entrepreneurs or small business owners with access to capital that's applicable to their needs. And so determining what that looks like, through a fund, incentives, grants. But I think that is kind of what the future is being able to build out programs and expand that opportunity for those individuals.
Very cool.
And another, Brittany, is that you've heard us mention the word navigation, and that's really our sweet spot. That's an area that we offer that's unique and different. And so we are continuing to expand that, actually by bringing something back from the past. And we are taking our navigation, we've taken it on the road with our pop-ups, and now we are taking it into the council districts. And so each of our small business navigators will be assigned to a council district, and that will be their beat, so to speak. And so we're getting out and conducting business visits and visiting businesses. Each business navigator will have a specific council district, and that will be their beat to visit businesses in that council district. I'm from the greenhouse. How are things going with your business? Are you aware of the services? How can we assist you? If you need anything, I'm your person. Let me know. And just making those connections, because we talked about connections and relationships and knowing that the community is there to support.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. And so many times as business owners, we feel like we're stuck on an island.
Yes.
And, what you're doing is helping remind them that you're not alone. You have support, you have resources, because, we're not going to achieve the success we want on our own. It takes having people and resources around us to get us there and guide us.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I love to ask this next question, and just to it peels back the curtain a little bit. So I would love to hear what like a typical day looks like for both of you at the greenhouse.
We were talking about
like there is no typical day.
So typical.
Kind of
Yeah, that's
just
okay.
be there, yeah, and just there's always something exciting happening, and and just like Tracy was saying, so some days they're navigation, some days are troubleshooting with business owners, attending meetings, learning information so that we can bring it back to our clients. So that could be meaning like attending a reverse trade show, what Tracy did, in we're going to a fintech event. So there's no typical. So I don't know. There's
That's a good answer.
No typical day. I don't know if Tracy can.
No, we were talking about this, like Renelle said before we came on. There really is no typical day, and also because we really prioritize our clients too. So we think we can start off with a plan for the day, but if clients come in and they have a need, they become our priority as well, and as it should be. Yeah. And so, but that's what makes it exciting, that there is no typical day. And as new team members join our greenhouse team, we let them know that there is no typical day, but that's what makes it exciting, an exciting place to work.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of messaging back and forth. This is like, we start our day with a plan, and then it's like, okay, this happened. And then we're, okay, can you find out this information for me? And, I need assistance with this, or we need to, gather together to do something like, for the business owners or businesses, or there may be a ribbon cutting one day. And, so it's always changing.
Yeah, no, it does make it fun. Absolutely.
Yes.
How many people do you have, like, as, staff members or volunteers within the greenhouse?
So we have on our team 5 on the city team.
And then there's 3 on the chamber side.
Okay. Very cool. And then for people that are liaisons or mentors, is that something that they're volunteering to do? What does that typically look like?
So that number fluctuates because we have, with the Small Business Development Center, we have one staff person. That's a staff person with Pinellas County Economic Development. With our SCORE team, those are volunteers. So we do have a steady number of anywhere from 4 or 5 volunteers that come through the mentoring schedule. But sometimes that number increases and sometimes it drops down. And that's only because they are snowbirds as well. So it just depends on the time of year. But that is who we have at the greenhouse at any given time. We also have access to the whole Pinellas County chapter at any time. If someone has a particular expertise, we can reach out to them. And what's unique about SCORE as a national organization, it's a national network. And so if there's someone around the country who has a particular expertise, because we have that connection with SCORE, we can reach out to any SCORE volunteer throughout the whole country if there's a specific expertise, and we can reach out to them virtually and make that connection for the client.
That's cool. That's a great benefit.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, very cool. Well, this has been such an awesome conversation around just how we can support our business owners in this amazing city. Before we kind of wrap things up, I would love to just ask, is there anything else that you would love to share about your passion for greenhouse with our small business owners out there that haven't found you yet?
Yeah, I would say, just if they're even considering, just, come down, have a conversation. We are staffed in person. So they can stop by and have a conversation with someone, attend our workshops, our events, our activities and programs, check out the website. But I also want to mention too, when Tracy was talking about the availability of the SCORE mentors, based on how we navigate, we do it also. There's an option for virtual as well. Mm-hmm. So we help businesses in any state, any city. Okay. So it's not just for, St. Pete residents. There are some benefits to being a St. Pete resident, but we can help businesses anywhere. And we've actually had navigation appointments where they're like, oh, I'm going to refer my friend who lives in Kansas because of that. So I want people to understand that when they hear about the greenhouse, yes, we are in St. Pete, but we are and have the capacity to help any business.
Very cool. I didn't realize that. That's good to know. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Tracy, anything else you want to add?
Just that one of what we're regularly working on for ourselves, our goal is awareness. This is such a big help to us because we don't want to be the fireman's, house who burns down. So we are constantly working on trying to get the word out about the greenhouse. And so that's an area that we will continue to strive to improve for ourselves, is getting the word out about the greenhouse. So we are open to opportunities to come out to, neighborhood meetings, business meetings, to share information about the greenhouse. And we love to do that. And so we have pop-ups quarterly. And so we love to pop up. We have a new tent that we're so proud of. So we're in, now that the weather is good, we're looking to get outside and just, get out into the community and share information about the greenhouse. So as you know, we're at stpetegreenhouse.com, and we're just looking forward to opportunities to get out into the community and spread the good word about the opportunities for businesses to join us here and to help them to start, grow, and thrive.
Yeah, I love that. Start, grow, and thrive. It's a great tagline. All right, so to wrap things up, I want to ask some fun questions. You guys both are in St. Pete, so got some fun questions for you. So when you get a fun night out, where are your typical go-to spots?
A fun night out?
Yeah.
Okay. So mine would probably be the Salty Nun, and the reason I say that is because I have a cousin who plays in a band. He has a band,
Oh,
so I love to go out and support him. So whenever he's at the Salty Nun, I try to go out and support. So I would probably say for a fun night out, that's where I would go.
fun. Okay, like that.
So for my husband and myself, a fun night out is a relaxing night out. So, and we love to listen to music and live music and easy access. So for us, you put all that together and that's going to be the Hangar.
Oh,
So we
yeah.
like to go to the Hangar. The food is good. The music is good. Easy in, easy out. All those ingredients right there.
No, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't been there to check out live music, but I've eaten.
Yeah. It's just little,
Jazz,
yeah,
right?
little jazz. Yes.
Okay.
Love that.
Oh, I love jazz. All right, I'll have to check that out. All right. So, what's your favorite pizza spot in St. Pete? And this is a hotly debated topic.
Yes. My favorite pizza spot is Cappy's.
Yeah.
Because I like the Chicago deep dish.
Okay.
So that's mine.
So I actually have two. One is Joey Brooklyn's. I think that's probably the majority. But I also like Nick O's, which is on 4th Street, 6th Street, which is now down from the Innovation Park. Yeah, Arc Investments. So yeah, I like that pizza as well.
I've heard more people mention that place lately, so I need to go there.
Yeah, and then they have activities and different things. I haven't partaked in those yet, but I love a good phone call, grab a pizza on the way home.
Yeah, nice. Okay. All right. So what about when you get that wonderful day off from work? What's your favorite way to spend it?
Doing nothing.
A day off from work.
Trying my best to do absolutely nothing.
That's okay. Hey, nothing's a good option.
Yeah. I haven't done this in a while, but just going to the beach. Love to get back to going to the beach. Haven't done it in a while, but that's what I would like to do.
The beach is a common answer that I get for that.
Yeah. Because it's right here. And for me, I forget about it and I need to do it more. We live in paradise.
Yes.
And need to take advantage of that.
Yeah, we do live in paradise. Awesome. Well, tell everyone again, what's the best way to find you guys online or your office address? Share those details.
So as Tracy mentioned, stpetegreenhouse.com is our website, and that's where you can also find all about our workshops, all of our programs, sign up for navigation appointments, and also the front door, 440 2nd Avenue North, right next to City Hall. I don't know the phone number because I don't typically call. So
That's okay. So our phone number is, of course, 727-893-7146 is the number to the greenhouse. And follow us on social at St. Pete Greenhouse.
Yay. Love it. Well, thank you so much again for your time, ladies. I feel like, as we've talked about, our small businesses are so important, not only to St. Pete, the fact that you guys provide this virtually to, other people all over the country. I mean, that's what, makes our country so special as well, is our small business owners. So I love the service that you're providing. And I hope that more people find you and, learn the benefits of working with the greenhouse.
Thank you so much, Brittany. It has been a pleasure chatting with you this afternoon. Really appreciate it.
Fun. Thank you for the opportunity.
My pleasure. All right. Thanks everybody for listening and watching. We'll catch you next time. Bye.